Selena Gomez can't keep this surprise to herself, and honestly, neither can the rest of the world. You know those moments that look like they belong in a movie, the kind where you pause, blink twice, and wonder if someone snuck a rom-com script into real life? That's exactly what happened when Selena walked barefoot into her backyard after one of the most glamorous nights of her career, only to be greeted by a pool glowing with the light of nearly 100 candles. A setup so breathtakingly romantic it could have been storyboarded by Hollywood itself. But it wasn't Hollywood. It was Benny Blanco. It was love, lit up in real time. And it was the kind of moment that made fans everywhere collectively sigh, laugh, and then immediately send screenshots into group chats labeled relationship goals. Please don't forget to subscribe and like this video. It is free and help us bring you enjoyable content. And of course, watch till the end. But let's not jump too far ahead. To really appreciate why this surprise made headlines and why it resonated far beyond a typical celebrity Instagram post, we need to rewind to the 2025 Emmys red carpet, to the laughter and nerves, the fashion and flashbulbs, and to Selena's choice to step into the spotlight not just as an actress, a producer, and a nominee, but as a fiancé in love. When Selena Gomez walked into the 2025 Emmys, she wasn't just walking into another awards show. She was walking into history. Her Hulu hit, Only Murders in the Building, had racked up an impressive 8 nominations, cementing itself as one of the most talked-about shows of the year. The series, with its quirky blend of comedy, mystery, and heartfelt storytelling, had already become a cultural phenomenon. But this night wasn't just about celebrating her creative achievements. It was about rewriting her personal narrative. Selena's fashion choice was classic with a twist, a baby blue Louis Vuitton gown that floated between dreamy elegance and modern edge. Social media went wild dissecting every seam, every accessory, every detail. "She looks like actual royalty," one fan tweeted. "Selena Gomez is the main event," another declared. And for good reason. She radiated a confidence that felt earned, not borrowed. But the gown wasn't the only showstopper. Walking beside her, dressed in sharp, understated style, was Benny Blanco, her fiancé, her creative partner, her unexpected love story. For months leading up to the Emmys, fans had speculated, would Selena bring Benny as her official red carpet date? Or would she keep their relationship private, as she had often done in the past? When they finally stepped out together, the answer was clear. This wasn't just a date. It was a debut. Here's the thing about Selena and Benny. No one saw them coming. And maybe that's exactly why it works. Benny Blanco has long been a powerhouse in the music industry, writing and producing chart-topping hits for some of the biggest names in pop. But he was always the behind-the-scenes guy, the one making magic for others rather than stepping into the spotlight himself. Selena, meanwhile, has spent nearly her entire life under that spotlight, from Disney Channel beginnings to global superstardom. On paper, they seemed like they lived in different universes. And yet, somewhere in between studio sessions and shared laughter, a friendship bloomed. Then, quietly, that friendship grew into something deeper. For a long time, Selena kept the details close to her chest. After all, she'd been here before, public relationships that turned into public breakups, private struggles that played out in front of millions. She knew the cost of letting too many eyes in. So when whispers first started circulating about her and Benny, she didn't rush to confirm or deny. Instead, she let the relationship grow in its own time, shielded from the noise. The moment Selena and Benny stepped onto the carpet together, it felt like a shift. It wasn't just about style, though the style was, of course, impeccable. It was about the way they looked at each other. The small, almost unnoticeable gestures, her hand squeezing his smile softening when she laughed. These weren't moments staged for cameras. They were moments that cameras just happened to catch. Fans, of course, went wild. "The way Benny looks at Selena should be studied," one comment read. Another said, "Forget the Emmys, give these two an award for best couple." Memes sprouted within minutes. Selena and Benny walking the carpet was immediately dubbed the real win of the night. Her Instagram post from the night captured the essence of it. A pool surrounded by candles, glowing against the night sky. each flame flickering like a love note written in light. Selena, barefoot and radiant in her Louis Vuitton after-party dress, stood in front of the display looking both glamorous and disarmingly human. She wasn't posing like a celebrity. She was living like a woman who had just been deeply touched by the thoughtfulness of her partner. Cue the collective meltdown of the internet. Fans flooded the comments with heart emojis, crying emojis, and declarations like, "If my man doesn't set up 100 candles by the pool, I don't want him." Another joked, "Benny Blanco just ruined dating for all of us." Because here's the truth, this wasn't just about candles. It was about effort. It was about intimacy. It was about creating a moment that wasn't for the cameras, but for her. So why did this particular Instagram post make such waves? After all, celebrities post about their relationships all the time. Grand gestures are practically part of the Hollywood playbook. But this one hit differently. And the reason is simple: authenticity. Selena has spent much of her adult life battling the perception that her relationships are public property. Every photo, every rumor, every heartbreak has been dissected, analyzed, and debated. For years, fans and media alike speculated about her love life, often overshadowing her career achievements. So when she shared this candlelit surprise, it didn't feel like a performance. It felt like permission to witness a moment of genuine joy. In an era where so much online feels curated, this moment felt unfiltered. Selena wasn't trying to sell us anything. She wasn't trying to prove anything. She was just grateful. And in her gratitude, fans saw not a pop star or an actress, but a woman in love. And let's be real, who hasn't secretly dreamed of walking into their backyard to find it transformed into a glowing wonderland of candles? It's the kind of fantasy that lives in Pinterest boards and rom-com finales. Seeing it play out in real life, for someone who has so often been framed as unlucky in love, gave fans something to root for. Think about it. In 2025, when so much romance plays out through texts, DMs, and digital shoutouts, here was a gesture rooted in something timeless. No screens. No hashtags. Just firelight and presence. It was both old school and modern, both private and public. And that combination is exactly what made it powerful. It also didn't hurt that the photos looked straight out of a luxury lifestyle spread. A backyard pool glowing against the night sky, Selena barefoot in couture, a sea of candles. It was aspirational and relatable all at once. Fans could admire the beauty of it while also feeling the emotional core. This wasn't about money, it was about meaning. Of course, Selena's night wasn't just defined by romance. Her carousel post also included group shots with her only murders in the building co-stars, Steve Martin and Martin Short. The trio, beloved for their on-screen chemistry, have also developed a genuine off-screen bond. Seeing them celebrate together reminded fans that while love stories are magical, so are friendships and creative partnerships. So what can we take from Selena Gomez's unforgettable post-Emmy surprise? A few things, actually. First, love doesn't have to be loud to be powerful. Benny didn't post paparazzi staged photos or arrange a headline-grabbing spectacle. He lit candles. He created intimacy. And it worked. Second, gratitude is magnetic. Selena's caption wasn't long. It wasn't dramatic. But it was heartfelt. And in a world where oversharing is the norm, that simplicity spoke volumes. Third, authenticity always wins. Fans can tell when something is forced. This wasn't. This was real. And that's why it resonated. At the end of the day, Selena Gomez's candlelit surprise wasn't just about romance. It was about storytelling, the kind that makes you stop, smile, and maybe even reflect on your own relationships. It was about showing the world that joy can be found not just in Emmy nominations or red carpet debuts, but in the quiet moments afterward. It was about reminding us all that even in a life as public as Selena's, the most powerful memories are often the ones made in private. So here's the call to action. Think about your own version of a candlelit pool moment. Maybe it's not 100 candles or a couture gown. Maybe it's cooking dinner for someone after a long day. Maybe it's leaving a note in their bag. Maybe it's showing up when it matters most. Whatever it is, let Selena and Benny's moment remind you that romance isn't dead. It's alive, flickering and waiting to be lit, one candle at a time.